Steve-O.
Yeah.
We're setting Vinny up for something new?
Yep, Vinny is getting the tough cut set from 3.5 inches to 6 inches. So that we can do the area that we're considering meadow. And
so we don't want to scalp it quite as much.
Don't want to scalp it.
Okay.
So the areas that we want to maintain more as just low lawn.
Yeah.
That we do at 3.5.
Yeah.
Our paths we do at 3.5.
Yeah.
Initial buckthorn we do at 3.5.
Yeah, because we want to kill it.
As low. 3.5 is as low as we can go.
Okay.
So that to explain that. And then 6 inches is what I do for our neighbor's pasture.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do for the meadow. So.
Got it. Yeah. All right. So you've taken, so these wheels bolt on here, and you'll notice that each hole we have labeled A, B, C, D, E. That's not our design. That's actually the way Ventrac does it. And depending on what holes you attach your wheels to, that tells you how you're gonna cut it. And if I open up this lid here, inside, Ventrac gives us a nice little chart that is always there. So we just went to the 6-inch line, and so we know we want to put the rear pin at point E, the front upper bolts at C, and the lower bolts at F. So that's what we're doing.
Yep, and then you also show them, we also have to move these to a new setting. So these are both in setting C. And setting C is for 6 inches.
Right. And tell them your big tip,
yeah,
Steve.
If you're going to move this, you want the tough cut up. You want it positioned up. I legitimately don't find that in any of the manuals. Maybe I've missed it when I've read it 14,000 times. I didn't find it. If you have this down, these are under tension and they are impossible to
and you can't get them out. Yeah.
And if you just pull them up, you're good to go.
Yeah. So, and then they come out really easily.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Great.
All right. Yep. So we're going to do C and F.
Okay.
For 6 inches. That's what it says. The other thing I can say is all of these were replaced with stainless steel. They were zinc coated and really weak. And then also originally they had, I don't know what they're called, but the nuts had the little flange and ridges, so it was supposed to lock into the paint. And quite frankly, no matter how hard I would torque them down, when we go out, like when I did the pasture, 4 or 5 acres, I rattled off one and loosened 4 others. So now they're nylon nuts in the back, and everything is stainless steel.
Got it.
So a little upgrade.
So here is, okay, I'm just going to show off. This is the beautiful part of the yard that Steve did yesterday. Look at how fantastic that is looking. I mean, that just looks terrific. Okay, today's job, however, is all of these grasses. So we're going to take all of these down, and then we're going to go up the side of the driveway. And where all these tall grasses are here, we're going to keep taller growth, but we want it to be meadow. We don't want it to be scraggly, junk. We want it to be beautiful flowers eventually. So that's what we're going to do. So Steve is going to go down here a little bit. We have a tree that has fallen. Let's see if I can zoom in on the tree. Can you see the tree? Yeah, right there where it's fallen over. So that's going to take some serious work. We need chainsaws and stuff to handle that. So once Steve gets to that point, then he's going to switch to the other side of the driveway and cut that for a little bit. Steve-O.
Yeah, it's quite a difference. The 6-inch setting, and all of that was cleared with the 3.5. Obviously, it's about double the height, but I'm always surprised at how much more is left when we raise up the deck.
Does it feel different when you're working the machine?
No, not at all.
Interesting.
So, yeah, so we'll see. I'm really curious to see the difference. My thought is that cutting it low is more likely to promote cold grasses, kind of like lawn type grasses, and cutting it higher will allow for more of the currently weeds to grow in. But if we get on a regular routine and then also bring the landscape rake and scratch some of this up and then start overseeding with native flowers and such, maybe we start to see a change. The way to really do it is to kill everything that's here.
Either with poison or by burning.
Or by, really, even if you're going to do the burning, the right way is herbicide the entire thing. If you're in a smaller contained area, you could do blackout tarps and do the solar killing. We're just truly now I'm just playing. I get to be on Vinny and have fun with Vinny, and then we'll see what impact do we have and go from there.
Okay.
So
I noticed another Vinny upgrade. What is this thing?
This is our little steering knob that when you are doing multiple things over here with this hand, right? This is I forget what they call it, but basically it steers, it drives, it does the implements, it does everything.
It's a pretty important little stick.
And then this does when we have the grapple, it does the grapple. And then over here, these two do the 3-point hitch on the back. So this right hand, doing a lot.
Yeah.
And so sometimes can't be on the steering wheel. This makes it so that you can easily steer around. So, I saw some people online, and I'm like, that would be really helpful. And in fact, it is.
Look at how fantastic it looks.
It does. It doesn't. I don't like the 6 inches nearly as much as I like the 3.5.
I was thinking the same thing.
Down. But again, we don't know what we're doing, so we'll figure it out. I wish we could get an appreciation of how sloped that is, because it never looks as sloped as it is until you're on it.
Right.
But Vinny had no problems whatsoever. And it works at the higher level. It works much better to be at 1 mile an hour or less.
Okay.
Anytime I went over like 1.5, I was missing a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not missing, but not cutting multiple times.
Yeah.
So the other thing, what's nice now, is all of this is done, and we know that there's nothing to get tangled in. There were no big boulders that I hit today. So now when we go, we'll be able to zip along.
Yeah.
Plus, now that it's going to be shorter, we'll be able to move a little bit faster because you're not cutting 4 inches
much, yeah.
or 4 feet, I should say. So that's that. And then if we decide we prefer it lower,
Yeah.
we just drop it back down and then clean it all up.
I always like it lower.
I know you do. So, but we'll see. We'll see what the difference is. We've got different heights and such. What I did previously was make the decision that the lowest setting would be everything under trees, because you're not growing any flowers under the trees anyways.
Right.
So that will maintain more as just, again, the cold weather grasses. And then we'll see what evolves. Here, this is just really thick grass. So unless we do something to rip that up, this is going to all be grass for sure. So we'll see. You know, that's what's kind of fun.
My vision for this place is that it's, games.
Yeah.
This is
a
soccer
good,
and wiffle ball. And I mean, I realize it's not at all flat, but when you're a kid, do you need flat? No.
No. You can see, I don't, again, we can see. I don't know if others can see through the video, but the smooth bowl effect, everything here that's really nice and smooth down there,
bowl.
that's where, if you remember, when the forestry mulcher came in the winter, he actually leveled it out with the forestry, with the carbide tips. Because it was just all pocket gopher mounds.
Yeah, it was all mounds like that there, but everywhere.
So you can see where he was at and whatnot. But I don't know. We're
fun. Transforming it.
Everything that we do has an impact, and then you see what grows in there. So like everything that we see out there in the summer of next year will be most likely dominated by white snake root. That stuff is amazing.
Is pretty.
It is. It's absolutely gorgeous.
But it grows everywhere.
Everywhere. Sun, full shade, everything in between. It's another one of those remarkable plants.